So in Orebound, you have to get a lot of money to make progress in the game. And I mean a lot. If we go to the research station quickly, when we get to like automation 7, you're talking 5 million gold coins. And that's without the ruby, the sapphire and the emerald ingots. So what we're going to do in this video is go through how to get infinite money using automation. As you progress further and further into the game, the money you get is going to increase. You're going to just start getting more and more. You start off with iron, you go up to copper, then you eventually go up to silver and gold. You are going to have to use this research station quite a lot though. What we need to do is we need to get down to automation 4, which is going to cost you 50,000 gold coins, and it's also going to be 50 copper pipeworks. This is just for my demonstration. I'm using silver and gold to do, well, I'm going to show you using gold. So automation 4, and then you're going to also need transport because the conveyors they're really, really good, but the rail networks are a little bit faster. So when it comes to unlocking those, it's going to cost you 2 grand for elevators, 5 grand for rail networks. But then you're going to need all the resources to set up the rail network. So if we go from, this is my container that holds my silver and gold ore. If we go up the conveyor, we come to the first minecart station. This is how to set up the automation. So what I did was I found a gold and a silver deposit, like the infinite ones, the gigantic ones, and I set up this minecart station. You need 2 rail networks, so you need a to and a from, so like a back and a forth. And this minecart station we've got set up here, this is the import one. We only take goods from the minecarts, we don't deliver goods to anywhere else. And if we follow this all the way to the bottom, which is really, really far in the cave. So when we get to the bottom of my very long rail network, you are going to see that I've got a drill on this deposit here and a drill on that far deposit over there. The conveyors come off, they lead into this merger. They merge into one, they go into the minecart station here. This one's set up for exporting. So you'll see we're full up on silver at the moment. And when the minecarts come down, they're going to pick that stuff up. They're going to take it back to the surface. So when they come back to the surface, they bring the stuff to the station. It goes onto the conveyor out the back. And that means that providing, like, because this steam pipe goes all the way down there too, providing we keep coal in this steam water pump and the boiler, we will have a constant flow of silver and gold. I mean, until it gets backed up because you've got too much. If I very quickly go in here, take all, then if I put the silver into this one, and I put my gold in here, you'll see just how much of the stuff I've already got, and I've only recently set this up. So everything starts flowing back in, and then you can take the ores out, you can bring them over to your smelters, and like here I've got 50 gold, then I've got another 50, and it's the same for these 2 as well. Then once we've got those, like everything's automated for getting your gold and your silver up here from the cave, like from the mine. Then all we do is come over here, select gold platter, and we're going to chuck 100 of those in. Then what's going to happen is, when we start getting these, we are able to sell them, and they're 150 each. So with the small amount of ingots I've got already, when these platters are finished crafting, and you can build multiple blacksmiths and stuff as well, once they're done crafting, I'm going to be able to sell 100 of them for 15,000 gold coins. You can do it even earlier than gold and silver. Say for an example you find copper. The copper's not bad, like the gold platters are 150 each. The copper, which is a lot easier to deal with, is 80 coins each pot or pan, depending what you want to do. And all you've got to do for that is get copper. So mine is backed up, like everything's backed up in my game world. But if we come over here, you'll see that I've got loads of copper ore. And what you can do with that is you can do the same things. You can smelt it into ingots and then make the pots and pans. Or if we have a look at my iron, so I've got my iron conveyor here. And once the autosaves stop lagging, it comes into this container, comes out the back, goes into a crusher, then goes from the powder that comes out, goes into a smelter, and then ingots are crafted. They go into a constructor, and you can select what you want to be the output of this. But I've got mine set up for iron tools. And then once it's done its thing, iron tools come out. They go to an auto market. And they are, like, when we have enough or when the person's ready, they are going to be automatically sold. So you can go even further than like what we're doing using the blacksmith and everything. You can fully automate it, like the selling point as well. But just because I've got iron set up, I've decided to use the blacksmith for the gold and silver, at least for the time being. And then once you make even more progress in the game, once you get down to automation 6, you're going to start dealing with emerald ingots and emerald powder. And these ingots, once you're making them, are 2,500 gold coins each. So once you get up to automation 6, and if you're lucky enough to find an emerald deposit, you are absolutely on the money. Because if you get 100 ingots, that's going to be 250,000 gold coins. And I mean, it's going to take a little while to get there. You, as well as needing 1,000,000 gold coins, you need 100 ruby gems and 100 turbo filters as well. Which, yeah, they come from automation 5. So we just have a few platters left, then we are done with them. And because I've got silver and gold coming in, if I've got far too much silver in my chest, I can just start doing the silver stuff. That's still 110 each thing. So these are now done. If we take those, I'm going to start crafting the next lot, because I need all the gold coming in. Then if I come around to the King's Market, hover over this is 7,500, because we've only got the first 50. So what I'm actually going to do is wait for the other 50 to craft. And the blacksmith is now done, so we take these. And now we've got the 2 stacks of 50, because they don't stack into 100. What we do is we come around here, and we are going to shift and right click. And there is 15,000 gold coins. So it's going to take you a little while to get it all set up. You need to make enough progress through automation and everything like that. You need to have the steam pipes. And even at the level of automation I've got, which basically all I have to do is make sure this boiler's still working with coal. Make sure this water pump's still working with coal as well. And then that is all I've got to do for the minecarts to run. So make sure that I've got the minecarts on the track, which I already have. Then just wait for them to bring the gold and silver up. So set up the drills down in the cave. And make sure the steam pipes are running to them and everything. Then just wait here. Wait until this fills up. Take the gold and the silver ore. Bring it over to the smelters. And then once that's turned into ingots, bring it to the blacksmith. Craft what I want to craft. Then go to the King's Market and sell it. And when I say you can take it to like further levels of automation, what you can do is you can get the stuff on the conveyor belt from the container. You can go into, like, we could split it and go into like auto smelters. So first it'd be into a crusher. Exactly how this process is working. So it goes out of the container into a crusher, then through to a smelter, turns into ingots. Then we could go into a constructor, we can make those gold platters, and then we could send those off to an auto market, and we wouldn't need to do anything besides the coal. And then even with the coal, if we go to my build hammer, if we go to machines and we go to water and steam, I'm using the basic water pump and the boiler. What we could do is have an auto water pump, and then we can get the belt boiler. And that way you can feed coal into the machines using conveyor belts. So you could go directly from a deposit into these, and then you'll never have to do anything again. The coal's going to be automated. It's going to send the water down to, like, through the steam and everything, down to the drills. The drills are going to produce the goods, send them to the minecart station. Minecart station brings them up to the surface, into the container. From the container, they go into the crusher, the smelter. Then ingots go from there round to the constructor. Then the constructor makes the goods into the auto market, and the entire thing is fully automated. So after that long explanation, that is how you can make infinite money using automation in Orebound. And we are going to leave that video there. I will see you guys in the next one.